There it is. What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Imperfect Action Show. We're about to go really, really crazy today. I got an amazing guest, and he's gonna come on and just be giving you a lot of information, bro. I'm super excited. Got an amazing guest, and he's gonna come on. So what I'm gonna do is, you know what? Hold on. I think my YouTube's already moving. Give me a second. So what I'm gonna do is, you know what? Give me a second. Hold on. I think YouTube is moving. I think my YouTube's already moving. Give me a second. YouTube is YouTubing crazy, y'all. There it is. Bang. I got rid of it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Boom, I'm back. All right, cool. Welcome to the Imperfect Action Show. It's Brendan Boyd, and today's episode we're going to be talking about the power of funding and passive income. Welcome to the community. Welcome to the show. I got an amazing guest on, Mr. Darius Benders. He's going to be talking all about how you can leverage funding, how easy it is to get funding, leverage funding, and create passive income plays. So he's going to jump on in a second. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the Imperfect Action Show. So on the Imperfect Action Show, Monday through Friday, what do? We share marketing, business, principles, lessons, and strategies, all designed to help you get to the next level, and we do it completely for free. So all you need to do is show up, take the gems, and implement the gems. And if you have any questions, just ask the guests. That's all you need to do. That's literally your assignment, right? So everyone, welcome if you're on the East Coast. Welcome if you're on the West Coast. Welcome. Definitely appreciate you being here. This is episode, I think it's episode 89, really, to be honest with you. Episode 89, which is nuts. We're about to be at 100 episodes really, really quick. Dina, I see you. Welcome to the show. Dropped out right there for you. Let me see. Boom. So boom, Darius is about to be here in a second. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna tag my community as well, the action takers, and let them know we are live. If you're an action taker, do me a favor. If you're an action taker, drop the word action in the chat, right? And what is an action taker? An action taker is somebody that literally takes action, right? They do not delay. They run a play. They receive the information. They implement the information. Without delay, literally without delay. Let me see. Passive income and funding. Boom. Okay. Smooth. Just dropped that right there. All right, guys. So again, on today's episode, we're gonna be talking about passive income and funding. And I was telling Darius that I got this powerful passive income play that I'm basically just gonna give away this Friday in a pop-up webinar. So you guys definitely want to be there if you're interested, right? So this webinar, this passive income play will help you generate 5 figures passive a month, which basically equals 6 figures passive a year. So basically you could be making 6 figures passive. Like literally, like you could quit your job. Most people make, 80,000, 90,000. They want to make 6 figures, but just imagine if you're making 6 figures passively, not really have to do too much. 1 to 2 hours a week. That's it. That's literally what I'm doing right now and what I'm teaching my people to do. But what I wanted to do is literally just teach, just show people the simple strategy so they can implement the strategy. Because I think that it's extremely powerful if you literally just lean into it. So I'm gonna send a text right now to the community. Give me a second. I want to send it to everybody. Love to know we are alive and popping. We are live talking about passive income and funding. Okay, boom. All right. So first off, if you guys have any questions, drop them in the chat. Drop questions in the chat if you have any questions at all. If you want to access that passive income webinar, what you want to do is text the word, text passive to 213-410-4920. Boom. Right over there, just like that. So why do you need passive income? Well, you need passive income because passive income is literally going to be, is literally going to be what's going to help you generate consistent cash flow. It's literally going to be what's going to help you consistently generate monthly cash flow, and it's going to help you stabilize your business and help stabilize your income as you continue to grow, right? Because you need to make sure that the money that you're generating, the money that you're bringing in, you can expect it. You know, especially if you have a sales situation or a commission-based situation, especially if it's like 100% commission, or maybe if you're in real estate and it's like, your revenue depends on each deal. It literally depends on each deal. So I can make 10 over here, 20 over here, 30 over here, maybe 5 over here. But the thing about it is that's not necessarily guaranteed every month, right? Because the deals are different. The amount of closes is different. Maybe if you're generating a lot of leads as a real estate agent and you got a good system, you can basically calculate and expect what you want to, what you're going to drive in for revenue based on that top activity. But if you can have something also that's generating passive income, that's basically laying the floor and laying the foundation, it's going to make it a little bit easier for you to generate that consistent income and not have to worry so much. You know what I'm saying? Darius, what's up?
What's going on, fam?
Chilling, bro. Just warming everybody up for you. You know what I'm saying?
Giving value per usual.
just warming them up, bro. Just warming them up. Tell them the importance of having passive income, man. So, before we get into the conversation, let me just reset the situation. Welcome to the Imperfect Action Show. I believe this is episode 89. I'm like losing count. So I mean, we're about to be at 100 episodes of this situation.
Congrats
on that. Little to no effort, almost at 100 episodes. So we definitely gonna cross that 200 episode mark before the end of the year is over. But my guest today, and Darius, you should definitely fix your name so they can just hit you up on Instagram if you can edit your name, so then they can see your handle. But my guest, we've been friends for a while. He's actually was in one of my first couple of coaching programs. I worked with him, and I just been seeing him grow and build out his personal brand and actually help people more and more and more, as well as the confidence growing up and glowing up. So I'm super excited to have him on the episode today. He's gonna be sharing with you guys the power of passive income and the power of funding. So the only thing that I would say is I don't know if you can adjust your camera, bro, because they can't really see you. You're looking like
it's dark. The lighting. Yeah,
looking like the crazy shadow right now, son.
Hold on, let me get the lighter.
You know what I'm saying? I want to, or maybe pull the drapes behind you or something. I just want to make sure they feel you and they can see you at the same time. So, yo, guys, if you have any questions for Darius, real quick, or if you have any questions for me, drop the questions in the chat. You know what I'm saying? We can get out some questions early, but Darius is here to give you guys a bunch of value. You can see him right in the back. Look at him in the back. In the back, setting things up.
Got you.
There we go. Yeah. There you go.
Better.
Yo, and that's what the Imperfect Action Show is all about, bro. Taking imperfect action in real time.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? There you go. Yeah, guys. So, if this is your first time watching the show, we got a bunch of different shows, bunch of different episodes, all talking about different plays that you can run. Yo, I think you got to turn it to your right, bro.
Here. Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, you good.
Perfect, man, right there. Okay.
Yeah. Perfect. All right, man. So, yo, tell the people a little bit about you, what you got going on, and let's get into the power of passive income and also funding, bro.
Most definitely. So my name is Darius Benders. I've known Brendan now for it's been probably five, 6 years.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, about 4 or 5 years actually. Yeah. I started off in one of his coaching programs. He was getting me right in terms of content marketing. Now what I do is I help entrepreneurs leverage the power of credit to go out and to be able to either scale their current businesses or create passive income. I like to say if you're a 9 to 5er, if your job won't give you a raise, you can give yourself a raise. If you are an entrepreneur, then same thing, right? If you have a business that's going, you can take that money and either scale it or you can get you some additional income that's not gonna, take you away from handling your business.
Yeah, turn it a little bit more to the right, a little bit slightly. Ah, there you go. Yeah, I think because the further you away from the window, the brighter you are.
Got you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we
Say
go.
that.
All right, man. So talk about one of the powerful credit plays that you learned and why people should start leveraging their credit and not being afraid of it. Because most people are still using their debit. You know what I'm saying? And they feel
Absolutely.
like they feel more comfortable using the debit than they do actually using the credit. So talk about that a little bit.
I honestly never I don't know the last time I've used a debit card, bro, because that's why I say information is key. Once you understand the power of credit, why would you use a debit card, right? So first reason I say never use a debit card is this, right? Safety reasons. If somebody takes your debit card or takes your cash, if it's cash, you're out of luck. If it's a debit card, not that you can't get it back, but it takes a while, right? You have to call. Sometimes they'll ask you to go through transactions. They'll ask for all these things. When you have a credit card, as soon as anything happens, your card goes missing, there's fraud, somebody takes your card, you literally make a call. You don't even got to make a call. Capital One, you can press a button and your money will be back within an hour. So for safety reasons, that's number one. Second is because when you use a debit card, right, you're just spending money. You're not getting any type of return on that. But when you use a credit card, they have cashback cards, they have rewards cards. You know what I'm saying? You get travel points. You can stay at hotels for cheap. So literally, you're earning money or things that are equal to money when you're using your credit card. So that's the second reason. And then third is just you're building your credit. So when we talk about spending power, getting credit limit increases, you do this by using your card and paying back the debt and showing you're responsible. So those are 3 reasons I'll tell you use your credit and never use your your debit card. You just want to use your credit card for your common expenses. And then pay it down with your debit card, right? And then we'll talk about it when we talk about investing. Obviously, show you how to do that as well.
Okay, word. So you got heavy into the rental joint, the Turo joint. So how did you get into that? Did you get into that by leveraging credit off top?
Yes, sir. I mean, I got 5 cars now, and I literally spent $1 on my own fee, not $1. The play with that is, so I love credit unions, right? Credit unions is the play, all right? Anybody tell you otherwise, say Darius, say you're bugging. So what I do is I found a good credit union. There's a ton. One in particular I like is DCU. They're big in the New England area, but even if you're out of state, you can still apply with them, I'm pretty sure. So they have a situation where they had a 1.49 interest rate on auto loans. So the play I ran was this. We went in there. We got approved, right? You want to have at least a 680 credit score, no negative, no late payments. Make sure your utilization is under 30%, preferably under 10. And then we want to make sure that our credit age is at least, I'm going to say at least 3 years, right? Credit union, the real lean underwriting, so you get a, but we want big boy approvals, right? So I went in there, they approved me for $50K for an auto loan. Took that to the dealership, right? Already approved because we don't want to go to the dealerships because they're gonna run your credit, they're gonna get you a lot of inquiries, and they're not gonna give you the best interest rates all the time. So we went out, we got a car, right? But with that car, when you get an auto loan, most people just get the car and then they'll go spend their money on the other things. But if you get it from a dealership and they include things like tinted windows, accessories, amenities for the cars, you can get all that included in your auto loan, right? So we got the first car, got the warranty, everything with it. Went back to the bank because credit unions, because credit unions, most of them within a 30-day frame, you get one hard pull. What that means is you can apply for as many products as you like within that 30 days, and you're not going to be penalized in terms of inquiries. So I went back, asked if I could get another auto loan. It was actually by accident that I asked her because I was like, hey, by any chance, I only used 30. Could I use the other 20? She said no, but what you can do is you can apply for another one and it won't hurt you. So I went out, got a second one. Then I went back. I got a Jeep Wrangler from the same dealership, warranty, all the extras included. Now I got 2 cars on the road, no money out of pocket. But then I asked again, hey, could I also apply for a credit card? She said, yes, within 30 days, you can apply with a credit card. Got approved for $15,000 credit card. Took 5K of that, went out and did some research. Got a car off Facebook Market, Toyota, run smooth, no issues. Got that. Now we got 3 cars within 30 days with no money out of pocket. Play.
Wait. Hold up. Y'all not dropping no questions on that.
Big play vibes.
The boy said he went to the credit union. And another thing we could probably add in there too, which I'm gonna go into next. Went to the credit union, got approved for the auto loan. Didn't get it at the dealership because the dealership is gonna run up your joint. It's gonna mess your credit up. You know what I'm saying? Because they can get multiple inquiries. Went in there, picked the car, went back to the same credit union, got another auto loan, back to the dealership, got another whip, back to the credit union, got approved for the credit card, and then leverage that credit card to get a used car on Facebook Marketplace. So my question to you is, for those that are tapped into that, could you now have also gone within that 30 days to another credit union and ran the same joint?
Yes, you could have. And I'm mad I didn't. But yes, you could have. But here's what I recommend people when you're getting into the car rental game, right? I recommend no more than 2 cars in your personal name. Now, you can do more. Like, I know I got a boy out in Philly. He got 9 cars on his personal name. But the only problem with that is if you're looking to go for a house or a big purchase, your debt to income ratio now is going to be a little out of whack, right? So I recommend getting you 2, no more than 3 cars in your personal name, unless you already got your house and you're like, well, I'm not making any other big purchases soon. Then, to each his own. But I'll tell you do that. But yes, you could technically go to multiple credit unions or even multiple banks because, again, what happens is this. These inquiries don't report for 30 days, right? So say you go to 3 different banks. They're not going to see that you just went out and got approved, or they're not going to see that you just got 2 or 3 cars in your name. So to them, you still have a clean slate. So you can run as many banks or credit unions as you like.
So somebody that might be asking, okay, Darius, boom, I just ran that play. They're not going to report for 30 days. I'm with the 3 credit unions. Is that too much? That's going to show on my inquiries in 30 days?
No. The reason why is because this, right? I recommend when we're applying for things, we like to move with a sense of speed, right? In terms of this, because the boroughs aren't going to update but every 30 days, I want you to apply for as many things as possible in those 30 days. Because, okay, so for example, if we want to find out who pulls from where, right? So we can apply for 3 credit unions that pulled from, say, Equifax. Then we can find 3 more that pulled from Experian and 3 more that pulled from TransUnion. Now what happens is you haven't applied for too much because all those banks are going to see, even after that 30 days, is that, okay, this person only has 3 inquiries. So it's not like they're going to see all 9 inquiries because they're only looking at the borough that they're pulling from. So that's a play right there that just make sure you call and ask, hi, how are you? What borough do you all pull from? That needs to be one of the first questions you ask for before applying for products.
That's crazy right there. So I hope you, first of all, I hope you guys are paying attention. That there was multiple gems dropped, but that gem right there was really crazy because, like you said, 30 days understanding which credit unions or banks are pulling from which. You can strategically lay out what moves you want to make and how you want to approach it.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So, all right. So you took the credit, leveraged that for the cars. Now, how does this passive income, come into play? Because you talked a little bit about the funding, and I know you may want to talk a little bit more about that.
Mm-hmm.
But how does the passive income come into play?
Yeah. So what happens is this. So, all right, you got these cars now, right? Now you're like, well, what do we do? So, there's platforms like Turo. Turo is the main one. So when you think of Turo, you think of kind of like it's the Uber, then Lyft is kind of second. So Turo is first, but my favorite platform is HireCar. And the reason I love HireCar is because it's Uber drivers and Lyft drivers. So when you think of that with the end in mind, it's like, okay, these people are using these cars to make income, right? Turo, a lot of times, is for people who are on vacation, or even if it's locals, they're going to keep the car for like 2 or 3 days. But for me, I knew coming into this business, I didn't want to see the cars. So what we do is we list them. And major gem for anyone listening, if you want to list your car on multiple platforms, make sure you're on carsync.io, right? What that allows you to do is literally sync your car to all three apps. The reason this is important is because when we talk about automating the business, right? At first, what I was doing was I had it on all three. Someone would book on Turo, but then I would forget to block it off on Hire Car or on Get Around. So then I would overbook and you get penalized. So when I learned about carsync.io, it allows you to sync it, which when someone books it on one site, it automatically gets blocked off on the others, right? Another thing I love about it is that it sends automated messages. So what you do is you literally set your preferences. So when someone picks up the car, they'll get an intro message before they even get in the car, right? Hey, how are you? I need you to upload your ID. I tell my guests, I want them to take pictures of the car as well, so they have it for their own reference. So if anything happens, guess what? Now they have proof and I have proof, right? We also let them know the rules, absolutely no smoking and things like that. I don't have to type that manually because we already have it set in this app. Then they get a mid-trip message, right? And it's literally set to 50% of the trip. So if the trip's set for 2 weeks, they'll get it a week. If it's set for 3 days, they'll get it on the second day. Just update and hope all is well for any questions. Same with the return policy, just letting them know how to return it, make sure it's not dirty, etc. So that's one way we automate the messages, and that's how we automate the car schedule. In terms of washes, what I do is I found a local spot. It's called Prestige. It's literally a monthly subscription in terms of car washes. So we can run them things through for only $19 a month, as many washes as we need, which is super clutch.
$19.99 a month is crazy.
Crazy, right? Crazy. So then what you do is essentially, I found one worker. I would say find a young, responsible person who's looking for income, and then you pay him a fee. But, at first I wasn't paying people because you kind of got to scale before you pay people for it to make sense. You get someone who can handle the washes, handle the vacuuming, or if you're doing any deliveries or drop-offs, they handle that. I don't do deliveries, but at first I was, so I had him doing that as well.
Okay, so we got a quick question. This one from Dina. She's asking, in regards to the inquiries, once you have some inquiries, let's say if you ran that play you mentioned earlier, can we get the inquiries removed? And then what's that process like?
Yes. So if you don't get approved, it's super easy to get the inquiries removed. There's a 24-hour method where you can literally call. You say, hi, how are you? I'd like to speak to the fraud department. And you just let them know it was a inaccurate or unauthorized inquiry. And according to the FCRA, you need this removed immediately. With Experian, they'll remove that within 24 hours. They say it literally is like 4 hours later. You get an update, it's gone. TransUnion, the same thing. They might give you a little more of a hard time. With Equifax, they could be a little tough. So you might have to send in a letter. You could just send in an FTC letter, do an FTC report, and you can just type in the information, and it'll literally get that inquiry in. They'll always ask you, did you do a police report, and did you send in an FTC? You always just say yes, and they're just going to remove it. And I'll be going more in depth on that. Like I'll give you the rundown this Thursday in my free webinar. I'll be walking you through, sharing my screen, how to remove the inquiries both ways. But yeah, you can get those removed. And if you did get approved, technically, I shouldn't be telling you can remove it, right? But yes, you can. You just want to make sure that it's within the 30-day frame before that account does show up on your credit report.
That's what we're gonna do right now. Just because you mentioned, I'm gonna put it below 100K free webinar. This Thursday, the link is right here, y'all. So make sure that you tap into that. And I'm also gonna leave the link below. So once, if you're watching this on YouTube right now, especially the replay, the link will be updated below. So you just click the link below and get in there before Thursday.
Yes, and there's only 17 more spots left, so I'll tell you they're probably gonna be gone by the end of tonight. So make sure you do register ASAP.
Yeah, no, they about to be gone because I'm about to pull up and bring 16 friends.
Let's get it.
It's about to be gone. All right, bro. So we talked a little bit about one way you could fund, like as far as like the rental car situation. But like what are other ways people can get access to funding or ways that they could use the funding?
Absolutely. So I tell everyone, set you up at LLC. That's first. The reason why is because even if you don't have it in business, right? Everyone doesn't need to be, I'll say, an entrepreneur, but everyone needs to be an investor, right? Everyone needs to invest in something that makes more money. So you want to set you up an LLC. Now that you have a business in place, you set up everything the right way. We want to go get us business funding. Reason personal credit is cool too. Some people say don't use personal credit. I don't know why. I use personal credit as well as business funding, but the reason we want to leverage business credit because it is better in terms of it not reporting to the personal credit bureaus, meaning you're going to be able to utilize this debt and it not show up on your report. So you can literally get approved for $10,000, $20,000 and just make sure that you're paying your minimum, and this isn't going to affect your utilization. Where on the personal side, if you max out your whole cards, now your credit score is going to tumble, and now you got to pay that back over time, but you're going to suffer for a little bit. So we're going to get us an LLC. We're going to apply for some business funding, right? Now with this business funding, banks are like Chase, 0% interest. Bank of America has 0% interest business cards. You can actually get two with one inquiry. And there's also Capital on Tap. They're great for startups. They approve everybody, soft pull. Now, once you get these cards, right, you can literally liquidate the card, right? You can do it a number of ways. You can do Venmo to Venmo. You can do Stripe. If you have a Stripe account, which you should, a merchant, you can literally pay yourself. If you have Navy Federal Credit Union, you can do something called card-based funding. You just call. They're going to ask, where would you like to transfer the money in from? As long as it's a Visa or MasterCard, you can do this, right? Once you liquidated the card, now we talk about investments, right? You can go get you another car with this money. You can get you into the Airbnb game. I just got a unit out here. I got one in Miami. I literally did exactly what I just told you. I got business funding, liquidated the card, bought the unit, paid for some amenities, paintings, extra pictures, things like that. Now you're making money, right? You're making money on autopilot. So it's just a thing of just really like imperfect action, just getting access to the information and then just executing on it.
Yeah, I might have to run one of those plays right now, bro. Because literally, what I'm about to do is, I just applied for some business funding right now off a brand new LLC that I just started, so I can open up these podcast studios.
Oh yeah.
So now people that want to do their podcast, their YouTube show, maybe just have a creative workspace, whatever the case may be.
Love that.
They could just do that in the spot. So
yeah,
100%. Like literally, once you open up the LLC, and another part of the game is this: once you have your LLC, you have a relationship with a bank. You got multiple relationships with different banks with that same LLC. So you don't have to be just married. Like I got my one LLC. I'm rocking with Bank of America. Nah, you can have that same LLC with the relationship with First Republic, DCU. Saying Navy Federal, Chase, saying Citizens, Wells Fargo, like whatever banks are in your area, and like literally that same LLC. Now you're gonna have multiple access to leverage points where you could now have funding set aside for different plays that you may want to run, and then use each funding opportunity to create different passive income points for you.
Yeah, and there's no loyalty when it comes to banking. Yeah, there's no. You don't like. It's not. Oh, I'm loyal to this bank. No, we're going to build relationships with as many banks as possible because that opens up more opportunities for us. Then, say you get approved for Chase, DCU, Bank of America, Capital on Tap, PNC, Key Bank, right? You know that your personal credit report is structured well enough. Your data points are on point that you can get approved for all these. So what you do is you go get another LLC and you literally go to the same banks because you're going to get approved for the same money. So you could get up to $150,000 per LLC. So I tell people start off, have 2 or 3 LLCs already. And you can let them age over time, whatever, so you can apply for more products. Because when it comes to like business lines of credit, most banks are going to require 2 years. That's why even if you're not going to use an LLC off rip, let it age because that 2 years come, now you're ready to go get lines of credit, which are even more sweet.
And our 2 years happens quick too.
It does.
Like it'll go by super fast. Next thing you know, you're in business a year. You're like, oh man, next year is like my second year. Yeah. And you already like Jairus was talking about. I started to build that age up, so now you can go back and get access to even more bread.
Absolutely.
All right, bro. So what? Tell us a little bit about what they can learn and then the webinar that you got going Thursday, and then talk a little bit about it.
Yes, sir. So this webinar is going to be different. It's not going to be one of those where I just come in, I give you a little fluff, and then I, upsell you. This one is like I'm running you through the actual game. So we're going to be going over first how to build out your credit report, right? You're going to have a step-by-step basis. You're going to know exactly what to do to build out a credit report that looks right, right? Then we're going to tell you how to make it look. I like to say, like, make it look sexy for the banks, right? So how to add on that depth so we can really increase our age. We can look healthy. All right, I'm gonna tell you how to fill out business applications, right? I'm gonna give you data points that are gonna be gold, right? Because the problem is when we don't know the information, we just put anything, and a lot of times we're getting red flagged for reasons we don't even know, right? So I'm gonna give you that whole rundown, and then I'm gonna show you what to do with this money when you do get it, so you can make sure that it 3x, 4x, 10x you to come back, and then I will have an opportunity for those who are looking to go to the next level to work with us over an 8 to 12 week period. So it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be a lot of game.
That sounds spicy, man. I just dropped the link down below. Make sure you guys tap in. Bro, is there anything else you want to share with the people before we wrap up today's episode? And definitely, I want to make sure that you guys, let me drop it below. I want to make sure you guys follow Darius at Darius Vendors. I'm going to drop it right here on Instagram. There it is. Make sure you give that follow ASAP.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. One gem before y'all go, man. Just I'm telling y'all, like, invest in yourself. Like all the other stuff, Airbnb, Turo, whatever it is, that's second. You need to invest in yourself first. If I had just $1,000, literally invest in yourself first because you're the bag, right? Go get some information, learn a high level skill. You can reach out to Brendan, reach out to myself, or whoever you like. You like what they're doing. They're coming back from where you're trying to go. Invest in yourself, learn skills, and then execute. Execute at a high level. Don't wait till next week, next month. Execute today. So that's all I got for the people, man.
Looks like one last question came in, and then we'll wrap it up. This one again coming from Dina. She says, "That's exactly what I need, but what do we do with all this money?"
So it's great. I'm glad you said that. So Thursday I will be giving you different ideas of what you can do with the money, and you'll also have an opportunity. If you don't have a business currently, you'll also have an opportunity to work with me, where I'm going to be showing you step by step some of the things I'm doing. So if you're interested in getting into the car rental game, if you're interested in getting to the short-term game, also known as Airbnb, I'm going to show you how to do those things over 8 to 12 weeks. So there's many things we could do with this money. There's also opportunities. So if you come to me and you're in my program, you're like, hey, I got money, I'm going to do X, Y, Z. Say you're like, I want to create more content, I want to start a podcast. Then cool, I will refer you to Brendan. Hey, Brendan, this is so and so. They're looking to get on the podcast game. You're the best I know. Now you're working with someone who's proven, has a proven method of how to do that. I got people in trucking. I got people in different real estate. So there's plenty of ways we can get the money. We'll go through some ideas, and we'll definitely make sure that you make it happen.
Yeah, she says I have 2 businesses and a third that is agent in Puerto Rico. So Dina, if you're not already tapped into the webinar, make sure that you tap into the webinar for Thursday. You may already be. I'm not sure, but I dropped the link, so make sure that you are in there so you can get this information from Darius. And then what I'm going to do right here, everyone that wants to jump into my free webinar the next day, text the word passive to 213, right? 410 4920.
Well, let me get my phone. I want to text that number too. Hold on.
You'll get a link, right? You'll get a link. Once you have that link, you'll just basically save my contact. Save my contact to your phone. It's going to allow me to message you. And like literally, Darius is going to show you how to use your credit. Well, probably structure your credit. And, if your credit's not really set up, structure it. Use that to leverage, get some funding. And then what to do with that funding, to create passive income streams. And then the next day, what I'm going to do is show you another strategy, passive income. And literally, 2 simple things that you can do. It may take you 1 hour a day, or if you want extra credit, you can spend 2 hours on it a day. And if you focus on these 2 things, literally, you could go based on, because I like the fact that we're on the backside of 6 months. And literally 6 months, by the end of the year, you'll have a good amount of passive income, 5 figures coming in every single month, which is going to equal out to 6 figures passive a year. You
That's a
only
sweet
got
deal.
to do, you literally only got to work maybe 1 to 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? On the front end, it's gonna be a little bit of work. I ain't gonna hold you, but it's not gonna be too much. It's gonna be a little bit of work on the front end. But then on the back side of it, you're not really. All you it's just maintenance, bro. You know what I'm saying? And then the next level, I'm gonna break all this down. And then the next level, you can remove yourself. So then you ain't really doing nothing. You just show up if you want. It's a bonus to the people. You
Lit.
show up.
That's
You
lit.
know what I'm
Free
saying? So
money.
definitely make sure you guys text 213 text passive to 213 410 4920. But before Friday, Darius has his webinar on Thursday, which I'm gonna join. I'm gonna share with some people so they can pull up. So listen, man, definitely make sure you follow Darius. He's gonna give you a lot of gems on the funding, on the credit, on the Turo, on acquiring these Airbnbs in different places, and really just running it up. And that's a whole nother thing I'm pretty sure that you could talk about as well, bro. But
Yeah.
I want to thank you for taking the time, jumping on the episode. Really, really appreciate it. And
Thanks for having me.
any final words for the people?
um, yeah, information plus execution. That's it.
I like it. I like it. All right, y'all. This has been another episode of the Imperfect Action Show. Tomorrow's episode 90, which means we're 11 episodes away from episode 100. I don't know what I'm going to do on episode 100. I don't know what the guest is going to be, but I promise it's going to be crazy. Maybe I'll do like a multiple guest situation. I'll get like 3 or 4 guests. They each get 15 minutes or something. I don't know. I'm going to do something. But
That's dope.
make sure you guys tap in tomorrow. We got another amazing guest, right? Another amazing. I cannot even wait. I'm not even going to tell you who it is, but she's going to be coming through with some flames. So you don't want to miss that. I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.